Deep within the humid silence of the Sector 7 greenhouse, a secret was blooming, one that didn't just demand attention, it demanded a soul. Elena had spent her life chasing rare flora, but she never expected to find a predator masquerading as a miracle. The lunar orchid was a masterpiece of evolution. Its petals, thin as a ghost's breath, remained tightly furled until the moon reached its zenith. Only then would it open, releasing a fine, shimmering mist of pollen that smelled of forgotten childhood summers and lost loves. Elena watched, mesmerized, as her colleague stepped into the mist. Dr. Aris, usually a man of rigid science, began to weep with joy. Within a week, the laughter stopped, replaced by a haunting, empty silence. They refused to leave. They sat among the vines, wasting away, their skin turning the color of parchment, yet they smiled smiles that never reached their hollow eyes. But the greenhouse could not contain the hunger. It began with the compound's visitors, investors, and delivery couriers who lingered just a moment too long. They left the Sector 7 gates carrying the invisible death on their clothes, their hair, their very breath. Within days, the shimmering mist appeared in the city's ventilation systems. At first, people spoke of a strange, beautiful perfume on the wind. Then, the reports started coming in. A bus driver pulled over in the middle of a bridge, staring at the horizon with total rapture. A wedding party found standing perfectly still in a park, ignoring the rain, their eyes locked on the air in front of them. The epidemic moved like a ghost. This wasn't a riot, it was a mass surrender. The hospitals were filled with people who wouldn't eat. They only smiled at their private heavens while their bodies withered into husks. Elena felt the pull too. To her, the pollen smelled like the old redwood forests of her home. But her chronic anosmia, dullness of scent from a lab accident years ago, became her shield. She saw what they couldn't. Every night, as the city grew quieter, the orchids in her lab grew more vibrant. In the silver moonlight, she saw it faint threads of golden light, drifting from the chests of the sleepers toward the heart of the flower. The city was falling into a sleep from which it would never wake. Terror finally overrode her scientific curiosity. She saw Dr. Aris's pulse slowing to a crawl, his life force a mere flicker. There was only one way to break the spell. Elena's hand trembled as she doused the perimeter of the greenhouse in kerosene. The air was thick with the suffocating sweetness of the pollen, trying to crawl into her mind, whispering of peace, of rest, of home. She struck the match. The flame flared, a small, defiant sun in the darkness. Suddenly, the greenhouse vents groaned, and the largest orchid, its petals wide and hungry, slowly pivoted its head toward her like a cobra. Through the sighing of the wind, a voice drifted clear, soft, and impossibly familiar. "Stay with me, Elena," it whispered. It was her mother's voice, the mother she had buried 10 years ago. The match burned closer to her fingers. Her mother's hand seemed to reach out from the shimmering mist, warm and real, promising that the pain of the world could finally end. Will Elena finish what she started and burn the path to salvation, or will she join the others in the eternal dream? Find out in the next episode. If you enjoyed this mystery, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more chilling tales.